Yeah, well, he's got to get there yet. Of course, he's only 7-1, but you are already there. I guess, obviously, as we're going to get underway with our next last 16 match, as we see a non-golden break from Josh Kane to get going. I guess it's quite nice for you having a match like that where it's completely, a brutal encounter that you can now relax for the rest of the night. Everyone else has still got to play. You can go and reset yourself, get yourself ready for 10 a.m. for that quarter-final, whoever that might be against.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, really. It's an ultimate pool weekend, and I'm going to be playing pool on all 3 days, so it's a bit of a shock to me at the moment what's been going on lately. But relax tonight, watch a bit of TV, have a bit of food, and early start tomorrow morning. See what happens.
Sounds like a plan. Congratulations. We'll see you at 10 a.m. for that quarter-final. But congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well, it's kind of catch your breath time here as Rob leaves the studio. That was a serious encounter and so enjoyable to commentate, and no doubt for all of you at home to watch. We have the calm of the early stages of the last 16 match. Tom Jones, who's been brilliant this weekend, he's actually the man that sent Craig Waddingham to the losers section of the draw when he beat him yesterday. And he's taking on Josh Kane, who's also had to come through the losers just like Craig did. It's a race to 12, and we started with 70 minutes, and this is for a place in the quarterfinals. Tony Holgate has returned after a couple of minute break, and just to refresh himself, probably find out the football score. And Tony, how do we reset after that? I was invested in that. You just get so into it. I don't have any allegiance either way. I get on with both of them really well, but you can't help but feel sorry for Craig, and you can't help but be absolutely buzzing for Rob. He wears his heart on his sleeve, but to see him come through in that way, in that manner, in that quality of match was so good.
Well, I found it quite easy to reset. I didn't enjoy the match at all. Thought it was a terrible game of pool.
I wasn't sure if you were watching it or not with the football on.
That's not true. No, incredible game, and as we just watched Tom Jones go through the balls, get his first frame on the board, draw first blood. Yeah, the young man has been in fine form this weekend.
He really has. He's turned up, and he has played some brilliant stuff this weekend. We've already mentioned that he beat Craig Waddingham to send him through to the losers section. He's won 3 brilliant matches to get himself through. Dylan Leary in the opening round, 12-10, tough match up that, and then Craig Waddingham 12-9, and then Luke Gilbert in a deciding frame. How about that? 3 bruising encounters for Tom, but he's come through all 3, and he started off well here.
Well, he started as a new pro this year, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And to come through those sort of matches, that's he's earned his stripes.
Yeah, he certainly has. And we always talk about with new pros, the first year, give them the learning curve. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Get yourself in a position where you can build on next year, and that's exactly where he is now. He'll go into 2025, especially if he can finish strong here.
That's a savage break.
It really is. And then look to build on what he's achieved this year. And he's had some form. We've seen him in a quarter-final. That's where he's trying to get himself back to.
Well, if he can mop these balls up now, that would be the perfect start for Tom. And first little miss there from Tom, and it gives Josh Kane a look at the table. Neither player has been in the TV arena this weekend so far, so this is both their first appearances. Go any further than that. This is perfect for Kane, and this is going to be the equaliser. As we said before, Jones has been through some epic battles so far this weekend, and you expect this one to be another close affair as the black goes down, and it's Jones 1, Kane 1 here at the Players Lounge in Newcastle under Lyme. We will have one more match-up this evening after this. We'll see Declan Brennan take on his fellow countryman and international teammate Callum Singleton. What promises to be another classic encounter. Yeah, Tom had first bite of the cherry in that second frame. I wonder if he was going to get off to the perfect start. But a long, long way to go. And it's going to be Josh Kane now to break off frame number 3. And it's all square.
Oh, how about that? Instant explosion. Big power, big control, big split.
Nicely controlled there by Josh into the centre. Not sure he's playing to go on that one in the right-hand centre. The way he sort of looked at the cue ball as it's coming down the table, he looked at it like he wanted it to stop.
He'd take it though. This is nice.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, hello. Played with a tad of right-hand side there, and he just played into the near jaw. And he's hung it. So, Tom Jones now with an opportunity to snatch this frame away from Josh. Restore his one frame lead. And never looked in doubt at this frame, did Tom? In goes the black. Back in front he goes. So the early exchanges. Gonna miss a piece. It's Tom Jones who has his nose slightly in front. But I think this is a match where it's going to be hard to see anybody sort of break out, go several frames clear. I think this is going to be a very tight affair.
Well, they've both been involved in really tight matches throughout the weekend. I think they've never been out of it, but they've not been able to pull away and have those more comfortable victories. And I think this one, I think you're absolutely right. I think it just could be tight, nip and tuck all the way. Josh was actually 6-0 down against Ian Alley and was able to turn that one around and get victory in the winner's side before losing out to Jimmy Croxton. He managed to fight his way back into the competition, and Tom cannot believe he's dry, and look what he's left. Look at this layout.
Yeah, but look at the explosion of the pack. I mean, everything's charging around the table. You've got a feel for Tom now. If I hit that break, I'll be expecting to get a ball. You see, looks up to the sky. You've got to be kidding me.
Cannot believe it.
Yeah, no, you don't look at the layout.
Yeah, this one's fairly routine for Josh Kane. Mind your work time. Connections are routine.
That is not the greatest shot that Josh Kane has ever played in his entire professional career.
I can't quite believe it.
No, I can't.
Like, it was kind of a dot-to-dot finish without having to move the cue ball, and for whatever reason, he's allowed himself just to get himself in a bad spot.
Can he cut the yellow in that's right in the centre of the table into that right-hand centre? Will it squeeze past that red into that middle bag? I think that's his only shot.
It's thin though, isn't it? Very thin. Cue ball's running loose. I controlled it better than I thought he could. That's a good recovery.
Yeah, still not home and hosed here. He's by any stretch of the imagination, but he is back.
Yeah, he's perfect.
With a feasible finish now.
Yeah, he's got to control the pace, but he's perfect.
That's a little bit further. He might have to play off the red. So
I don't think so. I don't think.
No, I don't think he does now. I'm looking at the overhead, and that tells me it's a lot straighter than it is when I look at the other screen.
Mean, he might feather it off the red, but he doesn't. He's hitting it at dead weight.
Yeah. And there's your little feather.
Yeah, love that little feather.
I heard that about you. You and your feathers. Yeah, nicely recovered by Josh.
Yeah, not a surprise to see Josh clear up there. Just a surprise to see him put himself in trouble on the way to doing it. Back all square. Let's have a look at some of the other scores right now. Tom Cousins 8-2 in front of Ryan Pisani. Tom needs 4 for a matchup with Rob Warne in the quarterfinals tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Christophe Lambert is 7-5 in front of Ronan McCarthy. A little bit of a comeback there from Ronan. Christophe off to a flyer in that game. John McAllister, who lost his very first match this weekend to Clayton Castaldi, is 8-4 up on Neil Raybone, who's been going very quietly and smoothly through the field this weekend. Phil Harrison's 5-4 up on Clayton Castaldi, who, after beating John, ended up losing and having to work his way through the loser's side as well. Jimmy Croxton is 11-8 up on Liam White. Liam's trying to fight back, needs the next 4 frames to turn it around completely. And that takes us to the match that we have. That leaves one more match left in the draw, which is Declan Brennan and Callum Singleton, and they are up next.
Yeah, and then tomorrow it's all 4 quarters, both semis in the final. All the big guns will be out tomorrow.
Who's going to walk away with the final big trophy of the year?
I'll tell you what, if Cousins gets through, that's going to be some watch. Tom Cousins against Rob Warne, first up as well at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, we'll be back on air tomorrow morning at 10 for the quarterfinals, an hour earlier than the last couple of days.
That'll be known as the breakfast blast-off tomorrow if that's the match.
Yeah, but Ryan Pisani wants to have his say. He's just won a frame to get back another one, so he's 8-3 now from 8-1.
How many has Cousins lost from that sort of?
Yeah, well, that's
lead?
that's the point, isn't it? I mean, it's all very well winning a couple of frames back, but you've got to what's he got to win now? He's got to win 9-3 against the best player in the world. Not how Josh played it. He's not quite just settled out there and found his rhythm, has he? He's just a little bit off so far, but he's still okay.
No, he falls out of position. But if you're looking at both players at the moment, I think Tom Jones has started the most, let's say, comfortable through the pots on the table. Josh sort of coughing and spluttering his way to his finishes, where Tom looks a lot smoother. But that being said, Josh is still getting the balls to the pockets.
Simple enough 8-ball to the top corner. Josh Kane to take the lead. I think this will be the first frame where the person that has broke has won it as well. And it's off the break for Josh.
Yeah, Tom Jones won frames 1 and 3, and Josh had won 2 and 4, but now Josh has just broken the pattern and won the odd-numbered frame.
Jimmy Croxton has completed victory over Liam White. Two good friends battling it out, but he's got the victory 12 frames to 8. Jimmy Croxton back into a quarter-finals. He's showing some really good form this weekend. He will play the winner of Phil Harrison and Clayton Consolidating, and Phil Harrison has just won another frame to go 6-4 in front. John McAllis just won another frame to go 9-4 in front of Neil Raybone. Christophe Lambert and Rona McCarthy, it's getting tighter. Christophe obviously off to a flyer, but 7-6. The current world champion is responding.
23 frames to 2.
Big again, makes a ball this time. Split is very nice.
Yep.
Little bit of work.
Impressive, good control with the cue ball as well from Tom Jones. They're straight back. Another one just very similar to the Carl Cup, where it's come dead straight back to the bulk cushion. Jones now with first look at these yellows.
What ball do you play on off the one on the right hand side cushion? Is that your 8 ball? I suppose if 8 ball goes left centre, that's quite nice. See, the connection to the one on the cushion is easy. You got the one over the pocket.
Yeah, Tom just seeing if he can get through the gap here of that little cluster of balls and get to the yellow over the middle. If he can't, he can still take the yellow that he's nearest to into this bottom right hand corner. I just wonder if he can creep through and get to the one over the middle. I don't think so now. He looks like he's digging down on the long pot, which he knocks in with a plum.
He's come up a little bit high though. He's got too much angle on this yellow to left centre. He's going to be drifting down the table. Wants to be almost, well, straight in would be perfect.
Just thinking if he could just drop it in, still hold.
Oh yeah, he could. He could. As good as you could hold that.
Well, it's all about the yellow on the rail and onto the black. No, I think the black goes into the middle. I think he just drops this and runs this one through. And we're going to be back to where we were should Tom Jones complete this finish. Very nicely done. Tidy finish from Jones, and we're back all square once again.
Yeah, very nice. After the first 4 frames all going against the head, the next 2 are break clearances. The players are starting to build up that rhythm out there now.
Yeah, I think Tom was rewarded this time for a good break. I don't think he was rewarded with his last one. We saw him look to the sky, but made the ball that time and took out the yellows in fine style. Still, no one's broke free.
No, just have a feeling we could be in for another bruiser here. Calm before the storm at the end of this match, potentially. It's been a very entertaining start for sure.
Well, we're running around just slightly under 3 minutes a frame in this match as well, and so they're going at a nice pace.
He popped that a lot nicer than the last one where he came across it a little bit more and got the chance. This time he doesn't. Silly game.
I'll tell you what, that yellow looked like on the side rail, well, it was on the side rail to the left. It looks like they're all going to go bad on the left-hand side. And then as the the red ball comes down and squeezes both yellows out into the open.
Yeah.
Just right at the end.
Yellows remain nice then.
Yeah.
Better than that. Yellows are a brilliant layout. Connections are ideal. fairly routine, this one. Mop this one up without having to play a shot.
Josh Kane got 2 in a row to get himself 3-2 up, and if Tom Jones can complete this finish, then he'll have got his 2 in a row. I like the way he's pushed that cue ball through there and nudged that red out of the way, because just that little tiny thing there means he can screw the cue ball straight back. He hasn't got to deviate round anything.
He's just off angle a little bit here, though. I agree with you, but yeah, he's a little concerned. Yeah, nipped it beautifully. Love the pace he played that at. Just
Cracking
allowed the spin to grip and barely touched it. Really nice shot.
Yeah, I like the way he plays, I have to say. I think it's his first weekend as a pro. We had him on the stream in an early round, and he just as soon as he approached the table, I thought this is, it's quite an exciting play to watch.
I think he's a player that when he first made the step up to the pro ranks and he won that Challenger Series, there was so much talent, but there was a lot of chaos going on. There was a lot of big shots and a lot of having to work the cue ball,
it's entertaining.
which is you love it. But what we've seen in this match so far, and what we've seen from the people I've spoken to that have watched his game so far this weekend, his control is there. This is a better Tom Jones than when he made the step up to the pro ranks. What he's showing us this weekend, as he nearly misses the 8 ball.
Yeah. It's very raw. It's a rough diamond.
It's
getting smoother.
I think it's getting smoother. Yeah, that's the sort of point. I said right from the start, I think Tom will be a real player when he starts having to not play those big flamboyant shots that he's capable of playing. Well, so far this weekend he hasn't had to use that side of his game that much. Certainly hasn't shown any of it here in the first 4 or 5 chances he's had.
You've always got to keep your eye in with the flamboyant shots.
Oh, you don't want to forget about it. Yeah, it's always nice to have a little bit up his sleeve. Chris Melling never forgets about him, does he?
No.
He throws one in every now and then. He just wants to keep the social media ticking over.
Absolutely.
But this is, this sort of stuff where you keep it simple. You don't have to do anything. You work the pattern. You keep it clean. That's tournament winning stuff. As is that break.
It's a super break. It's just the timing of it. He lifts as he comes up. He then strikes. Everything is in tandem as he brings his body up, and then the arm comes through. He hits it with so much power. It's like a snap break, but it's generates a lot of power into that. And
it's a little bit unfortunate if he can't clip the one he's next to in. It must be touching.
Yeah. Can he play up the top of the table? Play lost a turn. Not the other. We could play cushion first. 2 attacking.
Yeah, I think he's just going to pull back here.
Yeah, rightly so. I pressed the loony switch too early there. This is probably the longest shot we've seen in this match so far. Josh Kane has got plenty to think about at the moment. He knows his opponent's playing very well indeed. He's trying to block him off at every turn. Really block that red in now if Tom's up the top. See, it does go into that top right-hand corner, but my word, that'll be some positional shot to get on that. I think he actually went for that, actually.
Yeah, that one's gone wrong.
Yeah, pulls the face, has a laugh about it. But then, I don't see why you shouldn't have a little go at that, because obviously where Josh's yellows are, then you're not giving away the frame. And if you did manage to make that shot and get on that red, you give yourself. Well, it's like a free go, isn't it? Shot to well, not a shot to nothing, but a free go at the finish anyway.
Yeah, agreed with you.
Once again, Tom Jones looks like he's taking the bull by the horns. I think he has to go now. Right.
If you go, you've got to get him though, otherwise he's just handing the frame to Josh Kane.
The thing is, with those two reds up there, if you could just get the cue ball up halfway up the table, surely one of those is going to lend itself to having the angle of getting on that red. He's gone a tad too far. I think he tried to get on it again from the ball over the back. Well, he's missed the red there. He was starting to get a little bit untidy up in that top corner there. What he has done is his red's come down the table and blocked Josh's yellow off into that corner, so there's still plenty of mileage in this frame.
Feel like it's Josh's turn now though. Is he potting 2 to play the loss of turn? Hide behind the 8 ball rather than being absolutely ultra aggressive here.
I think you're right. Have to be right. He has to play it now.
It's rare that potting 2 to do it is an advantage, but if he can get the snooker, then it is an advantage.
Come too far. You can definitely see the red. But what can he do with it? Could he possibly play the plant, 3-ball plant, red, yellow, red into the cushion, off the yellow into that top left-hand corner?
He came round and instantly was excited by it.
He had a go. He did have a go at that. It was available.
Oh, how good a result has he had here. He's knocked both sets of yellows into plants that don't go. That is a serious touch of form for Tom Jones. My word.
Where does Josh get safe?
Look at
Callum Singleton's laughing.
Wow.
That's as good as he could have done.
Yeah, nothing else you can do there. Just open up one of the 2 sets of pockets, and he was never going to do them at the bottom simply because you more chance of leaving a red on.
I'll tell you what, this will be some pot should Tom Jones knock this red in.
Wow, that was close. And again, he has playing that shot. He could easily have left those 2 yellows on, and they've sort of squeezed into awkward again. Can you if you pop the one right at the top here and just let the cue ball drift all the way down to the bottom cushion, just bump 1 yellow over and leave the welded snooker.
Exactly what he's going to do.
Might even go, actually. It doesn't look like it on our extra camera angles in the commentary box, but
he's got that book over there. It's called the Simon Webb Book of Safety Shots.
yeah,
He's read it cover to cover. Yeah. He's following it step by step.
Yeah, I'd advise everybody to go and buy that book. This time, Tom is not going to get away with it. And now just wide open for Josh to make it 4-4.
It's a better book than the Stephen Jameson Book of Healthy Snacks.
Where there is always plenty going on in the commentary box, I can assure you. Stephen Jameson is never on commentary without some healthy snacks.
Bless him.
He'll be back tomorrow.
He will be back tomorrow.
Thankfully for the viewers.
I think they've had enough of you and I. Certainly had enough of me. Well, this black then for Josh Kane. We are going to go level once again.
Yeah, all square, 4-4. A very intriguing opening half an hour or so in this match. The break in the frame gives us an opportunity to check in. Tom Cousins still hasn't got over the line against Ryan Pisani. 10-4 now. Just maintaining that nice healthy 6-frame advantage, but 2 away from a quarterfinal against Rob Warne. If you missed it, match of the tournament has just concluded. Rob Warne beating Craig Waddingham 12-11. Well, that doesn't even remotely begin to tell the story of the drama of the match.
Ronan's coming back. Oh, he's come back.
Ronan was miles behind in his match against Christophe Lambert. 7-7 now. Winner of that one will play the winner of John McAllister and Neil Raybone, and John McAllister has always been in front and in control of that match. He is 10-4 up himself. Phil Harrison and Clayton Castaldi have been close all the way. 6-5 to Phil Harrison right now. Jimmy Croxton waiting in the quarterfinals for that one. Yep, you heard me right. Jimmy Croxton in the quarterfinals on his comeback from issues with health and eyesight and all sorts going on. Great to see Jimmy back in the quarter.
His comeback tour.
His comeback tour.
Playing at an arena near you.
They're both breaking really well. Actually surprised to see such a touchy frame in the last one because of the quality of the breaking.
Look at it playing a long one now. Great pot.
Yeah, very nice. The yellow above the 8 ball goes in the right centre, and the 8 ball goes left centre, so that's the back end of his finish. So just needs to get himself on the plant.
Then I just thought he might play that plant then and try and pop those 2 reds away from the black as well. It just opened up a little bit more for me.
Doesn't need to though, does he? I mean, as long as you're not high on the yellow.
But then if you played that early, it wouldn't even matter if you were high on the yellow because it wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And the black would be completely open.
And that's what we've worked out this weekend. You're never wrong. So Josh has had to do it the hard way by keeping it simple. Yeah, this has been a really nice finish. One down the cushion was kind of the hard work done, and then it's just keeping yourself straight.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely finish from Josh. Take the notice of me. He didn't.
As Josh wins that one, so does Tom Cousins and John McAllister and Christophe Lambert.
Christophe will be relieved to get one on the board after Ronan McCarthy making a late charge.
Yeah, still a long way to go. Christophe needs 4, Ronan needs 5, and actually Tom Cousins has just won another one. That was very quick. He's won 12-4 over Ryan Pisani. So that means our first match tomorrow morning is Tom Cousins versus Rob Warne in the quarterfinals of the Pro Cup.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. hour earlier than it has been the last couple of days. But yeah, that's a match to get us excited for at 10 a.m. And Tom Cousins in another quarter-final. Remains the man to beat in the tournament. Well, Tom was getting frustrated about being dry before he was dry. What's his reaction here? I mean, it's a brilliant break. And he reacts with frustration. You made a ball, Tom. Not sure what he's unhappy with there.
No, the yellows are all open as well. Where's he going to land? Unpleasant.
Yeah, he can get to the centre of the cue ball here. He's just going to have to back himself to cue in a really tough ball. Give it every chance to drop top left. Oh, refuses to fall. First shot went wrong for Tom. Just looks frustrated.
Yeah, not even halfway through the match, so he's just keep the focus, keep your head up. Playing very well, is Tom.
That's not a good shot from Josh. I think he was trying to play he's trying to be very clever there. I think he was trying to play the combination but get the snooker behind the red. And if he makes the combination, he's on the red to top right. If he doesn't, he gets the snooker. I think he should have just backed himself to do one or the other. And he has left the yellow on. Oh, he's going to get away with it though. The only good news is Tom may have blocked the 8 ball off here, but might not as well. That might squeeze in. Josh will be pleased to get back to the table. Interesting one there. Was he just looking to see whether Tom's yellow would go in the centre pocket or not?
Yeah.
Just kind of whether he had any, like a safety net, if you like. Takes pressure off your clearance if your opponent's balls are bad.
We've just gone over the halfway stage, match clock wise. Josh Kane trying to get himself to the halfway stage frame wise.
He has finally convinced himself this 8 ball will go.
Oh, he's had a good few looks at it.
If it's that tight though, it's not that tough a shot to just play it into the jaw off the yellow, but you've got to kind of play for that. You can't it's not a big pocket where you could just float it down and give it a chance. You either got to play it off the yellow or play it clean.
Yeah, either way, I'd have rather had the cue ball the other side of the black. I know it sounds a little bit pedantic, whatever, but
I'm with you, yeah.
Just came across it.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the way he's played that. I thought you'd give it every single chance to to feather off the jaw, like drop it in dead weight.
Yeah.
Played it quite firm.
Well, Tom Jones has been thrown a lifeline in this frame. There's the old little 2-frame swings there, 6-4 to 5 apiece.
Yeah. If it was that tight that he was worried about it, you'd move it.
Yeah, and he could have done, because he could have left himself at the angle with the red down the bottom.
Yeah, agreed.
Got to be a bit careful with this, Tom. Now, does he just drop this yellow and play the black into the bottom right, or does he try and come across, because he's quite straight? Just borrow a bit of pocket, create the angle. Oh, I played that lovely. Great shot.
Borrowed a lot of pocket.
Did. Square again, 5 apiece.
First really big mistake from Josh in terms of he knows he should have punished the error from Tom. There's a couple of smaller mistakes earlier on, but that one will really be in his mind for a little while. That was an opportunity to go too clear. And we have another result. John McAllister has completed victory over Neil Raybone, 12-4. So he's into the quarterfinals and waiting for the winner of Rona McCarthy and Christophe Lambert.
Done that quietly as John, hasn't he?
He has. He lost early, didn't he? Clayton Castaldi put him away when John should have won that match. Kind of lost it from nowhere, really. To take nothing away from Clayton in a way, he won it. But John has had to go through from the very first losers round and just keep churning out results, and he has done, and he's back in the quarterfinals.
Harrison and Castaldi have had a very long frame going on there. That's been 6-5 for quite some time to Harrison.
How often do you see that? Missed the 8 ball, massive break but dry.
Good cue ball.
Just getting a tracer side on, isn't he, when he's playing? That's not the first time it comes up like that, but it's squared up and it's right up the middle of the table again. Nothing wrong with the break, really. Deserved the ball.
Tom will want to get rid of that yellow that's just sort of parked in between the two reds, top right. We'll try and do that now, I would have thought. Bumps them apart. This is fine. Has the angle to come back up the table. I think the red at the bottom of the table is going to be his last one. So he wants to have some sort of like just a slight angle where he could just pop that in and bring the cube off the rail and leave himself the black into that bottom right hand corner. So this just dropped into the corner, leave himself on the red in the middle. Just bringing the cube across. Just sizing up where he exactly wants to be with this cue ball. Just want to have the cue ball running away down the table. That looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, just dropping it in. Very nice. You won't get close to this red, so the only thing is just make sure that yellow doesn't come into play when he drops the last red in.
That's perfect. Just enough so he can bring the cue ball off the rail as well when he screws back, so he just can get, you can see all of the cue ball for the black ball into the bottom right hand corner. Nicely done. It's like a rowing match, as the two boats are just edging ahead of each other. Oxford, Cambridge. And in goes the black, and Tom Jones now has his nose just in front, 6-5.
Yeah, you feel, if that's the analogy, that Josh Kane could have got a full boat length in front there, but just let it slip, missed a stroke, and now he's behind.
So it is Tom Jones who's the first one to reach the halfway milestone of 6.
Yep, long way to go, but you'd rather be in front and just keep churning out the finishes. In these sort of matches, Tony, you kind of not really thinking about the score. You're just playing frames at the moment. You're just playing chances and kind of worry about it as you get deeper.
Absolutely. Certainly not thinking about the score, because it's just it's so, you're so involved in this, because nearly every frame or every couple of frames you're at the table. You know, you're not chasing the match. You're thinking, I'll wait for my next chance because I need to make it count all the time, and your opponent's doing exactly the same as you, and you sort of just stood toe to toe swinging.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that, to be fair.
This was nearly very unlucky for Tom. It's still unlucky because he's left in a really horrible spot. The break deserved better. Said that a couple of times in the match so far.
Yeah, we've seen a few players stuck in the jaws of the corner bags with a cue ball after a break.
This is a shot where the Rasson Apollo makes life a lot easier.
Just about to say it.
Yeah, but there's no raised corner on the Rasson Apollo that previous tables we were using. You kind of got a plastic rim around the pocket that makes the shot that Tom just played absolutely horrible. That was just a normal bit of cueing off the cushion and an excellent shot.
Not only that, the corner piece that's metal, that would be slightly raised as well.
And that as well, yeah.
So, yeah. So much nicer to cue across a flat bit of sort of table surround. Would love to be just a tad short there, but it's going to be a little bit tricky to hold. Is he going to have to just drop this in? Just come around the back of it. Nothing wrong with that. Is that a maple cue that Tom Jones is playing with? See a lot of those about.
Yeah, looks like it. I don't know. Maybe no. I don't know. Hard to tell, actually. Did you see a close-up of it?
Yeah, I think I'll just.
It's just it might just be a very light. No, maybe it is.
Maybe a very light ash, but
yeah.
Whichever the cue, it doesn't really matter, because Tom Jones has found another gear.
It is.
It is maple. We're having it now. We're having that maple anyway.
Yeah.
Black's in, and Tom Jones now getting 2 clear.
If he keeps doing that, everyone will be buying them. It was very good. And that's all off the mistake from Josh. Josh should have gone 2 clear himself, didn't, and now he's been fully punished.
Yeah, that's the first 3 in a row. The first little mini break that's gone the way of Tom Jones. Got himself 2 clear of Josh Kane. 7-5.
Christophe Lambert's won another frame. He's now 2 clear again after the response from Ronan to get back all square at 7-7. After a great start from Christophe, it's now Christophe 3 away. Phil Harrison has finally won a frame. That frame 12 lasted a very long time with Clayton Castaldi. 7-5. The farmer, Phil Harrison, leads.
Oof. Straight into that corner for Josh Kane, and a look of concern on the man from Coventry's face.
Yeah, straight in, isn't it? And yeah, this is all off the back of that mistake, and could be 3 in this visit. And with Tom having the next break, although grimace from Tom tells us he doesn't like the layout.
You like the layout when you're at the table. I mean,
yes, you can always. And there's only one problem. There's always going to be a problem on the table, and there's only one problem. It's just how would you deal with it. Just making sure the cue ball was actually behind the line there. He would have been actually quite dangerously close if he didn't slightly adjust. The whole ball has to be behind the break line when it's a foul off the break.
Try and get the red out behind the yellow now for Tom Jones. How about that?
Perfect.
Oof. Great
Beautiful.
shot.
Now he likes the layout. I bet you.
Gone into exhibition mode. I think he wanted a bit extra there, but I think he played this red into the top left-hand corner. Use that yellow that's near the middle bag to hold on the red into the centre. The one that's right in the central position of the table. So just drop this in. Needs to try and get the angle onto that red at the top to get back for the red in the middle. This is awkward. He's going to have to just screw the...
I like the other way around. I think I like going right centre, don't you? And just... No, you want to go this way?
Yeah, just screw the cue ball into the... over to the left-hand side of the table and play the cut round and come round the back of the black and have it in the corner. He's missed a pot.
Try to get too good on it, for me.
I think you want to get too much and just drop it in and play the black in the middle. I didn't mind a thinner cut and come round off the two cushions and
I think what I was thinking was if he goes in the centre, he was straight enough just to pop it in. Could he get to where he is now off the one top right, where he's on the 8-ball bottom right? But I like your way a lot better. He didn't need to pull that back as far, did he? He just needed to sort of just make sure of it. Cue ball somewhere just below the yellow and clip it in thin. He would have been on the 8-ball. This is where Josh has to pounce now. He's got to step in. He didn't punish the last error from Tom and it cost him. This time he has to find it. Doesn't want this match to drift away from him. Oh no.
I wonder where Tom had gone then. I think he didn't want to walk back in front of Josh while he was eyeing up his shot. He stayed behind, sort of behind our camera position, if you like. Is it going to stop up? Is it going to stop up? Oh,
it's not too bad. Even if it's a tiny bend, it's okay.
Yeah, it is a tiny bend. Very gently done here. The spin will take it down.
Well, that's not good. Overhit that.
Off the yellow in the middle. Off the yellow in the corner. We're off the yellow in the other middle.
Which yellow does he want to play?
He's going off a yellow somewhere. That we know this bit.
Yeah.
Well, he's going off the far yellow, trying to get it into the left-hand centre.
That. And a bit of a punch of the air as well.
Give that man a round of applause. That's a great shot. Oh, he enjoyed that.
Huge moment for Tom Jones. Huge moment in this match. Another mistake not punished from Josh Kane. And it is fully punished with that hammer blow from Tom Jones. And he's just starting to separate here for a place in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, there's a little smile there trying to emerge on the face of Tom Jones. Getting a little bit of advice. I think he's got family and friends behind him. Probably says, keep your head on. You can imagine that. Just keep the focus. Because it's easy to sort of think, you get 3 or 4 frames up and, this is his first year as a pro and this is massive for Tom. Because, he's a bit of a jack in the box around the table but have to say he's been playing fantastic and that black was a great shot.
Yeah, big moments for me. Really big moments. And not a surprise to see Josh Kane just pop out the arena. Knows he needs to reset. He's just made a couple of errors that, for all the good stuff that Tom just did there, Josh in his own mind was thinking, I should never have given him that chance. So that's why he's just popped out the arena, reset and go again. No score change in the Ronan McCarthy, Christophe Lambert. Still 9-7. Christophe in front. Phil Harrison has won another frame. 8-5 now over Clayton Castaldi.
Yeah, Ronan's going to make Christophe work every inch of that to win that match. Josh Kane has returned. It's going to be Tom Jones to break off, leading 8 frames to 5. He's won 4 in a row. He's on a roll at this moment in time. This is Jones's purple patch, and it's going to continue. And what has he got available?
Don't like this layout. It looks better than it is. It's a brilliant break again. Yellows look good at the top, but I don't like the yellow below the 8 ball. Oh, I didn't think he had a red at the top, but he has, and that's opened everything up.
He just shaved that off that yellow as well and opened up the pocket for his other red at the top.
Brilliant shot, and that changes things. Now the layout looks a lot better.
Good old Simon Ed didn't like the layout. Now he likes the layout. No, no, very true. He did play a fabulous shot there, did Jones, and another good pot to follow it. Now then, I think here you play the one down the rail, screw the cue ball back into the other red and push it over the middle. You're forced to land on the red that's over on the right hand side. So this is just screw the cue ball back into the red. Perfect. Take your pick now. He might even choose to take this red into the top corner. I know it's a bit cushed up.
I like it.
Get rid of the 2 at the top now and use that one down at the bottom to get on the black.
Yeah, I agree. If you had to go down the table, you're not going to leave a good angle on the red. He's playing now into the centre, so better off taking it to the corner.
Yeah, and he's got a nice angle. Just screw the cue ball down the table. Maybe liked a little bit more, just to, if he could get the cue ball just past the sort of black spot there on the break off, that'd be great. But I don't know if he'll be that greedy. Might just settle for having a shot at it, which is probably the wise thing to do.
Just the wrong angle, isn't it? Just off the wrong way.
Yeah.
So just accept.
Screw out a little bit.
That's the perfect. Well, I was about to say that's perfect, but he's just quit on that one a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Lifted on it. I think it's basically his feet had set off to play the black when his arms weren't ready.
But still very comfortable enough 8 ball. Just has to make sure.
Yeah, 100% just on the pot. Forget the keyboard, it's going nowhere. So it's just all about the pot. Hit your right marker. And he has. And this is some performance now from Jones.
Yeah, those are the finishes where I think he's really starting to shine and improve as a player. That was so clean and clinical. First shot was brilliant, and then just very, very sensible clinical pull thereafter.
Just an update there. Ronan McCarthy has dragged a frame back against Christophe Lambert. Phil Harrison also 9-5 against Clayton Castaldi. And that young man is also 9-5 here. We're watching against Josh Kane, 3 away from a place in the quarterfinals tomorrow. He's won 5 frames in a row.
Tom still has to win 3, so there's time here for Josh. It's starting to run out for him to find that form and get his momentum going.
Well, they're having a laugh and a joke anyway.
I think a referee just called the wrong score, which was why they were joking.
Great cue. Oh, how lucky is that?
Oh, no. The match has just fallen apart for Josh since he missed that 8 ball.
You don't deserve this with a cue ball go dead straight to the middle of bulk. Look at that. You think, well, that's a safe break. And then that happens. That's criminal. That's so unlucky.
All off one shot. That is horrible. clever opening
but
shot.
then again, he hadn't made a ball, so the only ball he did make was a cue ball, so that's the only little solace he can take out of that.
I'll let you tell him that, Tony.
Oh, well, I'll go out and
You stop
I'll
the
be
match.
2 minutes.
Stop
I'll
the
just go
match
and
and
tell
tell
him.
him.
And then we'll find out why he's called the Killer Kane.
Yeah.
This is a chalk mark around me in the middle of the arena.
As long as the cameras are rolling.
Well, this match is suddenly gone all in Tom Jones's direction.
Yeah, what was the score when he missed the 8 ball to go 2 in front? Was that to go 6-4? And then he's lost 5 straight on the back of that. This will be for 6 straight. Should have gone 2 in front.
So I've run the cue ball a tad. Should be okay. In fact, it's better going a bit further than rather than staying stuck to the black ball. Nice control from Jones, and this is going to be 10-5, 2 away from the quarter-final. In it goes. Jones is whipping through the balls.
Really has been very impressive the way he's played in this match. At pace as well.
The smile's getting bigger.
He's not over the line yet,
No.
but he's getting close.
But you can't blame him because he knows he's playing very well. You know, yes, everything's going in his direction. You know, from let's say from Josh's point of view, you know, he's been a bit unlucky off the break. But you've got to take, you know, all you can do is play the balls right in front of you, and he's taking all his chances. And some of the shots he's played have been, you know, the black he's played off that yellow. You know, we've seen some high-end stuff from Tom.
Well, what's impressed me the most, and without harping on about it more than anything else, he has kept the game simple for the most part. Yes, you know, everybody's going to run out of position here and there, and he's then had to pull out the big shot. But for the most part, he has just made the game look simple, and this is the best I've seen Tom play.
And his break's
for that
been
reason.
phenomenal. That's the other thing. His break has been really, really good. As good as anybody else's in the tournament. It's just that snap on the break. It really whips through the balls. Made a ball nearly every time. I think there's only been a couple early doors where he didn't make a ball off the break. Well, he's nominated the Reds and played a combo shot straight away. And that shows how much confidence he's got at the moment. Everything's coming off. That's just a quick glance at the clock there from Tom, just to see where we sat in the match time-wise. We've still got 17 minutes plus 30 odd seconds, so enough time.
Yeah, first mistake from Tom for quite a while. Cue ball just got a little bit wild and then misses a tricky ball. So Josh, for the first time in a while, has an opportunity here. Needs to win. What's he need to win from here? 7 of the next 8.
It's not bad, is it?
Tall order, but every comeback has to start somewhere.
How close that yellow to that knuckle? Does he have to play this off that yellow into the middle?
I think so. I don't think you can drop it in. As in the yellow by the pocket, I think you have to get it popped open, which he has. Not by much, but it's enough.
I'll tell you what, he's left an angle as well. I think he can screw the cue ball towards black and yellow and sit in that gap and play the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner, can he? Yep.
He's got a snooker himself. No, he's okay.
Tell you what, he's just promoted that black into a better position as well. It definitely goes past the red into that corner now. But then he's got to get there, because this is the wrong angle. And we see the yellow's quite tight still into that middle bag. Ooh. I might be cross doubling here, you know. Do you try and drop this in and play the cut with the black? I prefer the cross double of me, but that's just me.
I think you'd have to be out there to really feel it. I think. Yeah, you got to really. Now the cross double looks better, but
I'm quite happy sat in here.
Yeah. If you're out there and you like the one in the middle, I think you take the one in the middle because you are going to get a shot. The 8-ball. It's just how good a shot. But obviously, in trying to do that, he's just forced it onto the jaw.
Yeah, well, you're playing with the run inside, which is always going to push it wide anyway. But these are the tiny little things that have happened. On top of that, Tom's not missing anything. And everything Tom Jones touches turns to gold. What a chance to get on the hill at 11-5. Plonking 1 foot in the quarter-final tomorrow. Perfect. Let's pot this, run the cue ball through a few inches. Leave yourself a roll into the top left-hand corner and a medium range black straight into the bottom right.
Is there a spot on the hill?
So it's got to be bubbling inside us, Tom. Likes it. One away.
One away from a quarter-finals of the Pro Cup. This is brilliant from Tom.
Yeah, you can't say he hasn't deserved it. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's been by far the best player in this match. From that moment, we've talked quite a bit about.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped in there. I was just going to say, he just seems to settle himself the last couple of frames as well. I think somebody, might have had a little bit of advice. Just calm, just stay calm.
Yeah, he's still got a long way to go. When he made that ball off the 8-ball off the ball, it just, there was a bit of a motion there, and just calm yourself down. You still got frames to win. He's been helped out by Josh, though. Josh has missed a couple in the last few frames as well. Hasn't been punished for his mistakes. He hasn't made many in the match as Tom, but he hasn't been punished for them in the second half of the match at all.
Josh Kane break. 11 frames to 5.
That was a frustration break.
That was a huge amount of frustration.
Fair break, though.
Yeah, do that every time. Doesn't even get down on it, does he?
Cue ball not far from coming off the table completely and ending up on the floor.
Well, it's going to be a very quick finish for Josh. He needs a few more of them, but he has won a frame for the first time in, what was that, in 8 frames. He lost 7 on the trot before that. I think he knows it's a tall order. It's unlikely to turn this one around. There was so much frustration in that visit to the table. Not much movement elsewhere, though. Christophe Lambert still leads 9-8 over Ronan McCarthy, and Phil Harrison 9-5 over Clayton Castaldi. Feels like they've played 3 frames in about an hour and a half, doesn't it? I feel like Phil Harrison was 6-5 in front when this match started. It's now 9-5. Tom will try and wrap this up nice and quickly here.
Enormous break again. Balls are in. Well, he's going to get a chance. You can roll the yellow into the centre. And put the yellow into the corner. Leave yourself an angle. Yellow into the top right-hand corner and try and bump that. In fact, it doesn't even need bumping. No, it doesn't. You roll the one into the centre, into the other centre. That yellow that's in the middle of that cluster, I think that might go, into that top right, or top left-hand corner.
He's going to go.
And after all of that, he's
gone
taking
reds.
reds after my load of cobblers there, going to battle the yellows.
The reds, if that yellow doesn't go, then the reds are a little bit easier to deal with, although he won't be able to deal with them from there. That's a poor shot from Tom.
Yep, just step straight into a puddle.
Cue ball. That's unfortunate for Josh.
Now we have a real opening. Cue ball in hand now for Tom Jones. Surely he plays one of the balls into the middle and just bumps into that.
Yeah, it's just which one. You can go both ways here. I like left centre, not right centre.
Hit it harder than I thought he was going to.
Yeah, hasn't quite landed on the next ball nicely, has he? I think he just wanted to get that yellow out the way. And that's okay. He was able to check it up. Rakes of side on that one, but now he's in prime position. I thought he was going to be going a little bit higher up the table, but it's fine. So now it is just a gilt-edged chance to
Yeah, you just
win
take
the
your
match.
time now because this is it. This is quarterfinals. Here we come.
Or is it?
He's okay. He can pop the one into the left-hand centre pocket. But now he's got to move the cue ball off the top rail and back again. That looks pretty good to me. That is perfect. That could have gone wrong quite easily there. Been a great performance from Tom Jones. Fully deserved place in the quarterfinal for me.
Yeah, he's been fantastic all weekend long. A brilliant performance, and he really pounced on Josh's mistake in frame 10. And then from there, he has just built on it, and he is fully deserving of his place in the quarterfinals of the Pro Cup.